Hello to you. I'm Jessie Johnson. This is What is Freedom of Speech? These are the very basics only. People by the millions are always yelling towards each other that they want freedom. Freedom of speech, freedom of expression, etc. But before beginning, for all my 434 videos, write Jessie Johnson, Jessie, Jessie Johnson, Flat Earth, into YouTube. Also, share this video and subscribe. Now, to continue. Freedom of speech is very simple, once understood. Quite simple. The big deal is the problems that's caused by having no understanding of a basic thing by the hundreds of millions of humans. Humans are a bona fide, horrendous, stupid animals by the several billions and kill each other because in that darkness of ignorance, outright refusing to have life any other way. Stupidity is the preference for self-harm and other harm over learning. Let's start. Number one, you are taught and given a language to speak for free. That is your first freedom. You didn't create the language and you didn't buy it. Number two, you are totally free to speak that language. That's your second freedom. Number three, you are free to speak that language with all those who know that language. That's your third freedom. Number four, you are free to speak any and every subject and in every subject area that is known to our species. That is your fourth freedom. Number five, there's verbal, visual, and sign languages. You are 100% free to use them. That's your fifth freedom. Number six, when you talk, you are speaking and you are free to do so. This is your sixth freedom. Number seven, when you talk, you are speaking. When you're speaking, you're making speech. When you're making speech, you are 100% free to do so. This is your seventh freedom. In other words, freedom of speech. This is the first form. Number eight, in using all languages that humans have ever had from ancient times to the present, there are rules of engagement for intelligent communications. This is your eighth freedom. When you break these simple rules, communications break down. Whether it's general conversation, debates, arguments, discussions, conveying information, etc. To have intelligent communications at all times, adhere to rules of order. This is your eighth freedom. Number nine, you have the freedom of speech 99 to 100% of the time. This is your ninth freedom. So, where does the problem lay? Let me state the problem overall. When humans don't want humans speaking in or on a specific subject or subject area that's sensitive to them for one, several, or more reasons. That's the problem in general. Now, which can be, and the reasons can be anything, even outright foolishness and unreasonable. When this happens, humans can come to blows, oppression, suppression, and or war to silence the person or persons. Now, so what are the general subject areas wherein this happens? There are 12 universal institutions of humanity. These 12 universal institutions of our kind of humanity overlap each other 10% to 20%, composing on a sociological scale 132 universal overlaps. Universal institutional overlaps. In other words, 11 times 12 overlaps. Since social since social institutions can be sociologically negative and or sociologically positive. This produces a 264, excuse me, this produces a 264 complex of 2 times 132. Multiplying this by about 5 billion humans with different abilities and capacities, and it is a complex human social world. The 12 universal institutions of humanity are and is art, economics, education, family, law, medical, mass media, political, poverty, religion, science, spiritual. The 12 universal institutions of humanity, with its sub 132 universal institutional overlaps, and with a 264 social subcomplex, produces a culture, and a culture is a sociological universal. Freedom to talk, to speak, to make speech, freedom of speech is universal in all 12 universal institutions of humanity. I will start with A. The problem lie in all 12, all 132, and all 264 on their main and overwhelmingly socially negative sides. B. The suppression of free speech is always in one subject area at a time, even though subject areas can be added one by one. Those areas are housed within the 12 universal institutions of humanity, no matter how many of them. It is never a matter of suppressing language in and of itself. The suppressing of it is the suppressing of what has been said in order to not have it repeated, and or what may be said, and to stop them, other human beings, from saying it or expressing it in talk, speaking, or speech, in the form of slogans, advertisements, old sayings, discussions, debates, arguments, conversations, street protests, videos, radio, TV, internet, books, articles, magazines, etc. This happens in, number 1, art. Suppression of artistic expression in all areas. 2, economics. Suppression of economic knowledge to the masses, to make certain the masses stay poor. 3, education. Suppression of personal survival knowledge, community survival knowledge, species survival knowledge. This is anti-educational, part of suppression of free speech in the form of teaching subjects that will never be used or even ever remembered. Indoctrination into a political or religious ideology for brainwashing, behavior modification, and indirect mind control. Number 4, family. Suppression of sexual energy by mischanneling that energy, producing homosexuality, bestiality, murdering our own babies in rituals and wars, etc. This is what the suppression of free speech does, and free writing. Number 5, law, L-A-W. This is to put laws on the books to shut people up, because their court and judiciary agenda is threatened, if known, and many other reasons. Number 6, medical. The suppression of freedom of speech, as well as freedom to write, is to shut down writings and voices that tell of the true natural cures for diseases and conditions. A truly healthy society needs virtually no medical system. Number 7, mass media. That this runs on lies, disinformation, misinformation, half-truths, deceptions, etc. Because the persons that work for these organizations will be fired if truth gets out. Number 8, political. The second main suppressor of free speech. The main purpose is population political control. Number 9, poverty is of the voiceless, the powerless, suppression of free speech, so the voiceless and powerless can stay voiceless, expressionless, and powerless. Number 10, religion, the first main suppressor of free speech. Producing no individualistic thinking, no right to think for oneself, no right to question or criticize the immoral beliefs, etc. of the religion. Number 11, science. Suppression of freedom of speech of facts and truths throughout books, colleges, universities, academia, mass media, by political, religious, economic, and law. Spiritual. The human race is in general anti-spiritual. The area with the lowest speech engagement is spiritual. This is the main reason humanity is suicidal and rotten as a species. The 4 main suppressors of freedom of speech are religion, first, political, second, law, third, economics, fourth. You have freedom of speech, but watch and be careful what you say. No one, that includes you, can say anything they want to say to anybody without consequences. I want to thank everyone for listening and watching. Please subscribe and share this video, and have a fine day.